Alright guys, have you been trying to fill your tax form on AdSense for a while now? Or you've been trying to fill the tax form the right way? Or you've been simply saying that Google have been deducting 30% tax from all your AdSense payment? I mean, you just simply see that you earn $100 and Google simply deducted about $30 from your AdSense payment, and you're like, wow. And of course, you saw a message that says you should input your tax details for your US, blah 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 and blah. Now in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to actually fill your tax information the right way, how to fill it the right way so you don't incur 30% Google tax from, of course, if you're from some part of the Africa, some part of the world rather, depending on which part of the world you're from, depending on which country you're from. If your country has a tax treaty with United States, then you are eligible for either 10% reduction or even 0% reduction in tax. Of course, you know how to do it, but of course for Nigerians, you don't have that. However, you can simply fill this tax the right way, whereby Google will only charge you 30% or 25% for only the kind of payment, which is the amount of money you earned in the United States. Which means let's say you have an AdSense for YouTube, and of course your visitors are all around the world, so you only get charged 30% from the payment you earned from US visitors only. Okay, so it's not like after you earn about $100, you're just gonna be charged 30%. No, you're only gonna be charged 30% of the amount of that $100 that comes from US visitors. So let's say it's $40 that you earn from US visitors, they're gonna be charged 30% of $40. Okay, so whatever equivalent that is, that's the amount they're gonna be removed from your $100 instead of the initial 30%, or which is $30. Don't forget, I'm still Olawale Yusuf, and of course, you're right here on Nextlands. On this channel, I help people make money online. I teach people things that I've done, and I show them proof that I've done it, and I teach them how to actually do it so they could recreate my success and, of course, live the life of their dream. Now, enough of this chit chat. Let's go right to my screen and let me show you how to actually get this done. Okay, this is an AdSense for YouTube that we just created, but it doesn't matter if either it's an AdSense for YouTube or it's not an AdSense for YouTube, or it's just a normal AdSense. You always have this interface. AdSense, it's AdSense, either it's from YouTube or it's not from YouTube. Okay, so don't skip a beat about that. So let's just go over to AdSense Home. Now, this particular AdSense already have the message that says you should check the tax. You can see it says manage tax information right here, but you don't have to click on it right here. Or if you don't have this message on your own account, then don't skip a beat. Just come right here to payment. Let's say you don't have this message here, so just come to payment, then click on payment information. Okay, click on payment information, then wait for it to actually load. Then scroll down, come right here where it says manage settings. This place where it says manage settings, then click on manage settings. Okay, right here under manage settings, then scroll down down here to where it says United States tax information. Then click this pencil button, then you're going to get this manage tax info. Then just click manage tax info. So that's how to get it if you don't have this particular pop-up, if you don't have it. However, if you have this pop-up, just click manage tax info from right here, then it's going to bring you straight down to this place. Okay, so now let's fill this tax information. We're going to come right here where it says add tax info, and we're going to click add tax info. Then we're going to get something like this which says planning on taking 15 to 20 minutes, blah blah blah. Make sure you read it, but I don't need to read it. I obviously know things that are there. So let's just come right here and click start the form. Okay, so for security reasons, Google would always want you to re-enter your password. So I'm just going to enter my password. Okay. Then after entering your password, it's going to take you right back in like this. Then it's going to load and, of course, pop up the exact thing we needed. Okay. All right. So right here, you can see right here we have the individual and we have non-individual entity. So And of course, this is my name right here. It says, what type of account is Yusuf Idris? It's asking if it's an individual account or it's a non-individual entity account. And of course, you should always choose individual, except if you're a business. But if you're not a business entity, then go for individual, okay? All right. Now, after that, let's just click on next. So after clicking on next, we get these other options that says, are you a citizen of the are you a citizen or resident of the United States? So if you're a citizen or resident of the United States, then simply select yes. But in my case, I'm not a citizen and I'm not a resident of the United States, so I'm going to be selecting no. Okay? Then we click next. Then after that, we scroll down and we get select the W8 tax form type. Okay? So based on your previous selected answers, the W8 form is what's needed to be generated for you. So let's just scroll this. Let's bring it down a little bit. Okay, so it says based on the information we entered earlier that we need to select one of these two forms. Okay, now let me zoom in. Let me zoom in so you can see. Okay, so now these two forms is select WA tax form. The first one, this form is most commonly used by non-US individuals and will also be used to claim tax treaty benefits. Okay, so if you're a non-US like me, and you're an individual and not a business entity, you're not a business, okay, then this is what you should choose. However, this other one you could select is if it's commonly used by non-US business entity. So you're not in the US, but you're a business entity or individual that earns income related to its US trade or business, and you file a US income tax return, then you should use this. But I advise you to choose this if you are not doing anything related to the US, okay? Now let's click Start WVN form right here. Okay, right here, this is what we do next. Now, next on the screen, my name is already here automatically. Now, if you have a different name whereby you do business as, then you should put it right here, but it's optional. However, for me, I would like to put Nexlance because I do business as Nexlance also, so I'm just going to put Nexlance right here. Okay, then we're going to move on. The country of citizenship. This is simply saying the exact country of birth, okay? The country of birth. So mine is Nigeria, so I'm going to be selecting Nigeria right here. Okay, now this is it. Now, if you're a taxpayer, if you've got a taxpayer identification number for US, okay? For US or for another country. For someone like me, although I've got a taxpayer identification, but I only have for my country. I don't have for a foreign, which is like for US or any other country. Okay, if let's say you have for UK or something, then you should use it right here. You can see here it says a taxpayer identification number is an identification number, blah 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 blah. If you're claiming a tax treaty, then you must provide either your foreign TIN or a US TIN. Okay, so if let's say you have a TIN for UK, maybe you stay in the UK and you've got a TIN, then you could put it right here. Or you stay in another country, you got a TIN, then you should put it right here. But I don't stay in any of those countries, although I have a TIN, but it's TIN for my country, Nigeria, and there's no option to put that right here. So let's come right here and click next. Okay, now let's simply go down. Here it says permanent resident address. Okay, now we need to put our permanent resident address right here. Your permanent resident, where you actually stay, you should put it right here. So, and of course, we should click this which says permanent residence address is a PO box or in care of address. So that means if your address is a PO box, then you should select this, because you'll be required to submit additional documentation. A PO box, post office box, postal box is a lockable box with its own number or its unique address identifier. So physically located at a post office station. So if you select this, then you're going to be required to submit additional document to verify your permanent address. But if you don't select this, then you simply have to come right here and put in your number, your street address and everything. So I'm just going to click mine right here. So they just help me fill it since I already have that already. Now, mailing address is the same as permanent resident address. Of course, my mailing address is the same, so I'm going to select it. However, if your mailing address is different, then come right here and put your mailing address, okay? So mine is the same, so I just tick this and we click next. It's pretty easy, guys. You just have to follow it step by step. Now, don't forget, guys, hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon, so whenever I drop great videos, educative videos like this, you'll be one of the first few people to get started and watch my video, okay? Now, it says right here, Nigeria and the United States don't have a tax treaty. So if Nigeria and the United States have a tax treaty, then we are eligible for some tax reduction. However, we don't have a tax treaty, so I'm guessing there's no tax reduction for Nigeria, my country. However, there could be a tax reduction for your country, okay? There could be a tax reduction for your country, okay? So, if there's a tax reduction for your country, you're going to see right here, and you can come right down here and claim it, okay? So, are you claiming a reduced rate of withholding under a tax treaty? So, if there's a tax treaty for your country, then you should simply come here and click yes. Okay, you click yes right here, and you're going to come right here and choose the country that you've got a tax treaty with, which is, let's say I'm from South Africa now, and it states that there's a tax treaty between US and South Africa right here. Then I just come right there and click yes. Then I should be able to see South Africa right here. Let me just check. Let's just check to confirm, because I'm guessing, yeah, okay, this is it right here. South Africa's got a tax treaty with the United States, I'm sure of that. So this is it right here. Okay, but my country doesn't have, so I'm just going to click no. Okay, so US tax law may impose a 30% withholding tax on payments that are considered, you can see, considered US source income. So this tax may be reduced or eliminated for any payee that qualifies under a relevant tax treaty. So this is it. Once you select it like this, they are only going to charge 30% from the payments, like from the money you earned from the United States. That means your US visitors, not the other way around. Okay, so let's come right there and click next. Click next and we wait. Hold on, let it load up. Okay, now it says activity and services performed in the United States. So let's say I perform activities in the United States, like I do videos or something in the United States, then I could choose yes right here. But I didn't. I'm not. So it says, as Yusuf Idris ever performed any activities and services for Google within the US, or do they expect to in the future? No. Maybe in the future, maybe yes, but I'm not going to be selecting that right now. If I do in the future, then I'm going to come back and click yes. You can always edit this. That's the best thing about Google. You can always edit this. So I'm going to select no. Now, I satisfy that the service provided to Google or its affiliates will be performed solely outside the United States, and that any labor or capital, including facilities or other tools used to provide such services, will be physically located outside the United States. So I certify that, then I click next. This is pretty easy, guys. It's pretty easy. You just have to select the right thing. Okay, so right here is asking us to go paperless because it's recommended. Obviously, people go paperless nowadays, right, guys? No one still requests for stuff like this through the mail or something. However, if you decide to request for your tax document through the mail, you can always click get document by mail. However, we're going paperless, so I'm going to click I accept paperless delivery agreement. Okay, now let's come right here and click next. So we've got two details to go, and it says right here, this is how your document will be generated based on the provided information, blah blah blah. Now it's telling me to view the default, the PDF first before I go over. So you should view the PDF so you can always see how everything is being listed, how they put your name and every other thing, blah 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 and blah. So I'm not going to be checking that, of course. That's my details, guys. So I'm coming back right here. Then we just click I confirm that I've reviewed the generated tax document to be the best of my knowledge, and I believe they are true and correct and complete. Boom. Then we come right down here and click next. Now this is the last thing. Now we just have to certify and sign the form. Now under the penalties of perjury, I declare that, so we're going to certify this. Then we're going to come down right here where it says unchanged status affidavit. This tax form may be applied to prior payments by providing the following optional certificate. So it's asking that I certify under penalties of perjury the information and representation in this tax form have not changed and remain true, correct and complete from the entered year to the present time, except as described below. Now this is a place where you actually select, if let's say we already filled this form now. Then maybe after some couple of months, I migrated to the United States, and now I have a tax treaty, which means I have a US TIN, and I come back here to change all the details. Then I would come back here and select that I have changed something. Okay, but I didn't change anything. You can say unchanged status affidavit. This is to show that I didn't change anything. An affidavit of unchanged status certified that the information on the tax form was accurate as of specific past date. Google collect this affidavit for tax form, blah 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 and blah. So we just come right there and click this. That we certify that penalty of perjury, the information and presentation in this tax form have not changed and it remained the same, and it's complete from the entered year to the present time except as described below. So if it has changed, we're just going to come right here and enter it. That okay, we change this tax information, blah 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 and blah. But for now, we didn't change anything, so we're just going to leave it right here. So it says, note, a refund may apply where this tax form results in a lower withholding rate, blah blah blah. However, you can this particular thing right here, you could decide not to click on it. Okay, most especially if you're filling this form for the first time. If you're filling this form for the first time, you could decide to leave this unchecked like this. You could decide to leave it unchecked. Okay, however, if you're not filling it for the first time, let's say you filled it before and you've come back to fill it, then it's okay to check this and put in a lot of details there. But I'm filling this for the first time, guys. I am filling it for the first time. So since I'm filling it for the first time, then I'm gonna go ahead and leave this. I could decide to fill it, but I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. Then we just come right down here, which is important, your signature. Yes, I'm the beneficiary owner of the tax identity. Yes, but if you are not, let's say you're filling it for someone else, then you should select no. Then my name is here automatically. Then I just have to click submit. Okay. However, it's good to read all these things, guys. Read it. Just because I showed you how to do it does not mean you should not read. You should be able to read all these things and understand how it affects you, how it doesn't, blah blah and blah. Take a look at this. I agree that I will submit a new form within 30 days if any certification made on this form becomes incorrect. That means if anything right here becomes incorrect, then I should be able to submit a new form within 30 days. That means if I have something else I need to add or whatever, then it should be done within 30 days. Okay, so that's just it. Now right here, let's come down and click submit. So we're clicking submit. Guys, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, smash the bell icon, so whenever I drop great videos like this, you will be one of the first few people to get notified and of course be able to get started. Okay, you can see right here it says approved. Pretty easy, right, guys? It says my status has been approved. It's approved immediately, and it says I've got a tax withholding rates, other corporate blah blah blah, 30%, service default 30%, motion picture 30%. However, all these are being done for only US default visitors. So that means it's only for people who comes from the United States, okay? From the United States. If they are not from the United States, if they are non-US, then they're not going to be charged any of these. That's just it. Any of these I won't be charged if they're not from the United States, okay? So that's just how it is, and that's how you feel your US tax form. That's how you manage this tax information. Alright guys, if you enjoyed today's video so far, give this video a thumbs up and share to your family and friends. And if this is your first time of watching me on this channel, don't forget hit the subscribe button. Of course, smash the bell icons. Whenever I drop beautiful videos like this, you'll be one of the first few people to get started and watch my video. Now it's a bye for now, but it's not a bye forever. See you again in the next video.